Welcome to Badminton Unlimited, your weekly access to badminton and beyond. This week, Pusarla V Sindhu, one of the title contenders for the TOTAL BWF World Championships, talks to us about how it all started a year ago in Rio. And we speak to Misbun Sidek about returning to the Malaysia National team as the singles head coach. For badminton players, the Olympic Games represent the pinnacle of the sport. And to earn a medal on the biggest stage is their most valued prize. In Rio last year, Pusarla V Sindhu claimed her share of the spotlight. The runner-up in the women's singles event became the first and youngest Indian woman to win a silver medal at the Olympics.
No, I never thought that I would get silver. But then after the match was over, I was a bit nervous, I was a bit sad because, you will always have that feeling, when you're playing the final, you always want to win. But yeah, I think even she played well, and at the end, I think Gopi sir just said that it was a fantastic week for you overall, and I think you've done really well, and you have to be proud and happy about it. And I think that's how I was like, okay, never mind, there's always a next time. But yeah, I've never thought, and I've got something big, so I have to enjoy that too. Yeah.
In a nation where people are more passionate about cricket, India's #1 sport, Pusarla's landmark Olympic achievement earned her widespread fame, and she became India's second highest paid sports celebrity for endorsements, second only to the country's cricket captain, Virat Kohli.
It has changed a lot. Basically, my life has changed a lot, and also, the government support was really very good. I mean, the government support was always very good, and I think they've also motivated a lot. After the Rio, they've been giving cash awards, and so I'm very thankful to Andhra and Telangana government as well, and also the other governments, because they've also been really very supportive and motivating.
Her silver in Rio furthered the footprints laid by Saina Nehwal's bronze in London 2012, strengthening India's place in world badminton. A mega star and a national hero, Pusarla is one of the most recognizable faces in India today.
In fact, when I was in Rio, I didn't know what was happening in India, but I heard there was, lots, like the whole India was like cheering for me. I felt really very happy, and as soon as I came out from the airport, there was so much of media, and also, the people, the students standing there, and I think from the airport until the academy, there were like lots and lots of people, like the whole roads were full of banners and flags. That was really very touching, because I've never seen so much of, people standing for me, and that was, small kids catching the flag and everything. So it was really heart-touching, because I think I've been even getting goosebumps whenever I say this. But I'm very thankful to them.
And if anyone thought Pusarla's good showing in Brazil was a one-off, the Indian ace reinforced her impressive Olympic performance by grabbing her maiden World Superseries crown later in the year.
After Rio, there were like so many things going on, like some of them said, it was just Rio, okay, now she's falling down or whatever, but that hit my mind. I always had in my mind thinking that, no, I have to win. I have to win. I wanted to show like what I am, and that's how I won my first Super Series in China, and then I was runner-up in Hong Kong, and then again I won in India. So that gave me lots of motivation and boost basically, and also I've become #2 in the world. My aim was always #1, but I had set some aims. Like, for example, by the end of this year, I wanted to see myself in top 3. But then in February, March, I was already top 2. So that gave me lots of, energy and boost to move forward and think that I can achieve a lot more.
For Sindhu, she's developing well, and her strokes in rallies have improved, even though it's not always consistent. She needs to have more stability in her game. She still needs to make more adjustments in her game. She has a lot of potential and needs more time to grow.
Expectations are riding high for the 22-year-old, and with India hungry for more honors, the pressure is mounting on Pusarla to deliver at the BWF World Championships this week.
I think now the expectations are always high. People would always expect me to win. But you know, it is not possible that you can win all the time and you can give your 100% all the time. Sometimes you might lose, sometimes you might not give your 100%. But it's just that you need to play your game and, you know, be calm and play your game. I know, like, pressures and all will always be there, because, you know, when you're playing and you might think that, you know, people might expect more and you have to always play well, and that would add extra pressure. I think instead of that, it's just that you need to play your game and just give your best.
With world number 1 Tai Tzu Ying participating at the World University Games held in her hometown Taipei City and not heading to the individual championships, Pusarla has one less competitor to worry about in Glasgow.
She isn't playing, but there are also other players. I feel the top 10-15 players all are equal. It's just that on that day, who plays well and give their best is the winner, what I feel. Because when it comes to, you know, Ratchanok or Carolina or whoever it is, it's just that on that day, sometimes you might not just give your best because, you know, it might not go, or sometimes you might play brilliantly. So it's just that on that day, who plays well and give their best is the winner.
The lanky shuttler already has 2 World Championships bronze medals in her showcase. And if Pusarla V Sindhu can add extra shine to those with gold, it'll be another first for India.
주스. 목마를 때 이제 조금 더 달달한 거를 더 많이 먹는 것 같아요. 탄산보다는 달달한 걸 좀 더 많이 먹는 것 같아요. 시켜 먹는다. 제가 요리를 못해요. 둘 다 듣는 것 같아요. 둘 다. 약간 좀 발라드 같은 거는 안 좋아하고 이제 빠른 곡이나 힙합 이런 것도 좀 많이 좋아하는 것 같아요. 일단은 드레스, 치마. 네. 바지는 다시 할게요. 내가 왜 치마라고 했을까? 바지는 바지라고 했었어요. 다시.
Time to test your badminton knowledge. In this week's trivia, we want you to name the only 3 players to have won 5 gold medals at the World Championships. We'll give you the answer after the break. We stay in India when we return as we head to Chennai to report on the All India Junior Ranking Tournament. With digital innovations, shuttle time is now more fun, engaging and accessible than ever. So get connected to BWF's Badminton Schools program. Find out more about BWF's grassroots initiatives on these platforms. Download the app, visit the website, and get active on Facebook. Your gateway to shuttle time has never been so easy. Before the break, we asked you to name the only 3 players to have won 5 gold medals at the World Championships. The answer is Park Ju-bong, Lin Dan, and Chow Yun-lei. Only 3 players have ever managed to claim the coveted gold medal 5 times at the BWF World Championships. Park Ju-bong won 5 titles for Korea between 1985 to 1991, 2 in men's doubles, and 3 golds in mixed doubles. China's Lin Dan secured the men's singles crown 3 consecutive times from 2006 to 2009 before taking down rival Li Chongwei in 2011 and 2013. And Zhao Yunlei became the first player to win gold in 2 disciplines at 2 successive world championships. The Chinese doubles specialist triumphed in women's and mixed doubles consecutively in 2014 and 2015. She clinched her first gold medal in London in 2011. India badminton has been on the ascent the past few years. Saina Nehwal's bronze medal finish at the 2012 London Olympics proved to be the watershed moment that has led to a surge in the number of top-class Indian shuttlers. Currently, the likes of Rio silver medalist Pusarla V Sindhu and Indonesia Open men's singles champion Kidambi Srikanth are taking the sport by storm. And there's little to suggest that the badminton fever in the country is cooling down. Judging by the badminton witnessed at the recent All India Junior Ranking Badminton Tournament, the next generation of talent is already on its way.
This being a national junior ranking tournament, and it is a selection tournament for the World Championship. So we have all the top players from the country participating. So we need to really take care to the T. I'm sure our country will produce like China. Every year you have new players coming up, at the same level. The way we all work together, I'm sure we will be one of the topmost countries in badminton in the world.
The Badminton Unlimited cameras were in Chennai to look at how this national junior competition is hoping to unearth raw gems in the capital of Tamil Nadu. With fellow South Indian capital cities Hyderabad and Bangalore lauded as the power centers of badminton in the country, Chennai is hoping to develop as another attractive hub for budding shuttlers in the region.
Last 2 years, if you see, particularly in south areas where national tournaments happen, like in Vijayawada and Hyderabad, our entries were more than the host entries. So close to 30-35% of the entries come from our state. Though not many top players, the number of entries became more. And obviously the performance also, because of self-belief that had come along with it, we started producing reasonably good results also.
It's been close to a decade since the region has held a competition of this scale, and Tamil Nadu's administrators of the sport have worked hard to get a national-grade tournament back to the state. Previously, a lack of support at the grassroots level had made it hard for badminton to gain a stable foothold in the state.
We've had a national ranking tournament some 8 years back. Those times there was a Tamil Nadu coach called, in fact he was a junior national chief coach also for some time. Mr. Sanjeev Sachdeva used to have this tournament happen in Chennai annually. So it's been going on for many years. Those days we used to have 5 to 10 people playing national tournaments. Most of the players who play in state matches used to get content with these state level performances. We basically didn't have the culture of having international players. People are not ready to invest, people are not ready to sacrifice, particularly their studies. Parents are apprehensive in putting people into sports.
But with the recent success of Indian shuttlers in the international arena, locals have changed their stance towards badminton, especially so in Tamil Nadu, with the recent edition in Chennai boasting over 1,500 players registering their participation for the week-long event.
To be precise, 1,560 entries have been registered for this tournament, out of which 600 plus entries are from Tamil Nadu alone. Not just that, we have more than 30 main draw entries also, which clearly means that there are a lot of good players playing in Tamil Nadu. It's not just the number of entries alone.
I never thought that we will have such a huge number, but having said that, it is a wonderful exposure for our players from Tamil Nadu to play with the top players. Otherwise, they will never ever get this kind of opportunity. Even in the qualification round, we have good players who are, equal talent.
This is the first time it's being held in Tamil Nadu after 8 years. So I feel very happy to play over here, and it's just home court for me. So I feel very happy to play here, and I'm confident playing over here.
The massive turnout in Chennai naturally had national team selectors keeping a keen eye on the competition's proceedings.
I think to have so many players participate, to have such a variety of players against whom you have an opportunity to play, especially looking at the fact that the qualifyings had almost 5 rounds where players had to win to qualify, and then you have about another 6 matches to actually win the tournament. It actually takes a lot to actually win these matches, so it's really good. And overall, very happy with the way the standard of the sport has been at this level.
The impressive numbers at the tournament speaks volumes for the unquestionable passion for the sport in Tamil Nadu. It is little wonder the regional administrators are looking ahead with grand ambitions.
In Tamil Nadu, we were lacking behind in infrastructure facility. We are now in Coimbatore, in Madurai, in Sivakasi. People are building up academies with 6 courts, 8 courts. So I'm sure in the coming future we can have a national championship, a world championship. We can definitely organize all these things, and we are there in the map.
With badminton in Tamil Nadu enjoying an upward trajectory, India will be blessed with a deeper talent pool for its national team. The future of the sport in India is poised to get brighter.
I play with more confidence. It's our state, I can play with more confidence. So I feel happy, I can play freely. As it's my state, I can play freely, so I feel more happy to play here.
I have played in more than 10 states. In that I got good results, and I'm hoping for even more good results in future tournaments.
We're in Malaysia after the break, and former great Misbun Sidek reveals his plans as head coach of the national singles team. Get connected with us on social media. Follow us on Twitter and Facebook and tell us what you think of the latest news, or perhaps you just want to leave an encouraging post for your favorite player on Facebook. If you've got any comments or photos, share them with us on these social media platforms. The news of Misbun Sidek appointed as head coach of the Malaysian men's singles squad hit the headlines internationally. This would be the second time the former men's singles ace has taken up a coaching role with Badminton Association of Malaysia. From the early 2000s till his departure in 2011, Misbun was instrumental in Lee Chong-wei's rise in world badminton, and his return to the national setup was not without some persuasion from his former student. Lee, who is in the final stretch of his illustrious career, yearned to work with his former mentor one more time, and Misbun's vast experience would also bring a much-needed boost to the development of Malaysia's men's singles.
I was asked by Lee Chong-wei, is somebody something like my son, and he also take me as his father, and he tried to ask me to come back, I think more than 8 to 10 times. So it was a bit emotional at that time, whereby he knew that I will not take it. But after that, when I talked to my wife was there because I used to send my wife to the hospital for his checkup and so on. But this time, when I asked her, never mind, you can go. You help him out. So that's why I made that decision to come back.
Misbun's 2-year appointment comes as part of BAM's new strategic planning in building a strong program for the next Thomas Cup in 2018. Having relied solely on Lee Chong-wei in singles at the men's team event had cost Malaysia dearly. So the administrators hope the wealth of experience of the well-known coach can bring out the best in the men's solo department.
My job is to improve the player, to make them prepare for tournaments. The most important that I want is that there is no disturbance on what I want to create for these players, because those players have their differences in a lot of a lot of means like the body language, and then the height, the strong leg, and so on. So many kind. So that is what I have to take charge on that to build them into a certain level. The most important is the support service that I need.
The taskmaster, known for his no-nonsense approach, heralded changes to the team's training program since his arrival in July. And his daily schedule that started at the crack of dawn took some getting used to.
Ya, memang agak tough juga.
His training is of course very tough. From 5:30 to 11 in the morning. By 6 a.m, we've picked up our intensity and already started on a multi-shuttle drill. So it was a bit different, and it's very demanding.
A bit tough.
They get stunned, they get surprises. Why? How come the training like that? How come? So this is something that they should learn. Somebody should show them a good example. So when they at least see, wow, if the coach come, let's say at 5 o'clock, so the coach have to wake up 4 a.m. then. So if the coach can wake up 4 a.m, then of course I can wake up.
A man of action, Misbun quickly identified certain areas that the team needed to address, and his new training regimen is designed to meet the needs of both the senior and the younger players.
He's definitely putting a different perspective to things in the training. He's working them very, very hard, and discipline is the key. And I'm sure that that's helping the young players as well. Whether 1 month can do it or not is a question mark, but I think in the long run there's no doubt that the training will benefit the players.
The new singles head coach also aims to create a positive atmosphere of camaraderie between coaches and players, and he believes the close bonds fostered will benefit the team.
They must always know that I am trying to help them to be like a family. Those days when I train even Chong Wei, if you think that I really train you so much and then I want you to help these players to place and you don't want, you better go to that court, last court, and take the shuttle and train yourself. When I make them as a family, you see how they gather together, they run together, they stand together. Just now the last. So this is what whereby if you can respect each other in terms of to build a champion, then it's easy. You can all the players can help each other to bring the success.
Misbun, dia open-minded.
Misbun is very open-minded. He accepts and understands whatever we discuss. We talk a lot about the game, the technical aspects, his experience in coaching Lee Chong Wei, and how his training was structured before. He will explain what is in our program, what we're good at, and what we're bad at. Everything has been explained to us.
Witnessing the working relationship between their #1 shuttler in men's singles and his mentor will also no doubt inspire the rest of the team to work harder and aim higher.
That's the point, whereby you have the model. You have the model, you have the icon. So when they play with Chong Wei, they realize this tactical part where Chong Wei can stand is because there is no shortcut. So when they see this, they already know, and they're already coming up with more desirable in training to become like Chong Wei.
The 57-year-old had been busy preparing the men's singles team for the Southeast Asia Games in Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia, and the TOTAL BWF World Championships. He had also been working closely with Lee, shaping him up for the ultimate individual prize in world badminton.
I told him already, you don't need to fight, you need to challenge only, because you are challenging your age, you are challenging yourself. So that means your intelligence work. So now when you already age, this one have to work. So you must be working very smart.
With Misbun Sidek at the helm, fans will hope that Malaysia's men's singles will grow and develop at the highest level, bringing pride and glory to the country. Let's take a look at the tournaments coming up in the next few weeks in our Badminton Unlimited calendar. Next week, we sit down with India's latest star in men's singles as Sai Praneeth shares with us the joys of making it to the big league. See you next week.